When I was 8 years old, my dad had been in the mental hospital multiple times at this point. He was really spiraling, and it just was, things were really not going well. It was probably, one of the worst points of his mental health deterioration. There was some weird legislation going on in the government at the time where, I don't know all the details, but for some reason, there was some law that had just been put in place right when he was having all of his deterioration that said that somebody couldn't be held in the mental hospital for more than 6 days or some crazy short amount of time. No matter what kind of condition their mental health was, they couldn't stay in a mental hospital more than a few days. He fell into this time slot where this ridiculous rule was in place where, he was doing crazy off the wall stuff, and they would have to release him a few days later, even though he was still very dangerous. So he was in one of his schizophrenic episodes where he was just going completely bonkers. I can't speak for my mom for why she didn't leave him. All I know is that I was an 8-year-old kid stuck in the middle of all this. He was abusive, he was dangerous, and he kept coming home to us after a few days in the mental hospital. And this is when the story takes place. Was during one of those, he had just been in the mental hospital, and they said, he's still dangerous, but legally, this new law, legally, we can't keep him any longer. We have to release him, is what the mental hospital. So he'd only been gone a few days, and I knew as soon as my mom was going to pick him up from the mental hospital, I knew this is going to be bad. Something very bad is going to happen. He's still dangerous. He was dangerous a few days ago. It's only been a few days. This is going to be bad. I was bracing myself for when he came home. My mom had gone to pick him up, and I was at home, and I'm just bracing myself for what's going to happen when he gets home. And I'm sitting in the living room, and I hear them walk through the door, and I hear him singing. And I don't remember what song he's singing, but he was like, ah, ha, ha, la, 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 la. He was just singing, and he just sounded very gleeful, very happy. But as soon as I heard it, I was like, oh no, this is bad. This is really bad. It wasn't, to anyone else, it would have sounded like he's just really happy, but I knew this meant something bad was brewing. He was very manic, and he comes in and he is just smiling. He's just grinning from ear to ear, and he's singing and he's whistling, and he just looks so happy. And I'm just kind of got my back against the wall, and I'm just like, oh no, this is bad.